So good afternoon. My name is Scott Forcino. I'm with Exp Realty, an associate broker, and I founded PlugIntro.com as a way to meet who I should know. I decided to share with people, other agents and lenders across the country, to offer to their contacts and provide a benefit for all of our maximum local exposure. I have today with us Nathan Watt. He's our bright light, get it, Watt. And he's going to tell us all about it himself, his clients, his experience, his background, his company, and what makes him the local authority for all things real estate. Good afternoon, Nathan. Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, Scott? Thanks for inviting me.
You're here. So what part of the world are you now?
Well, I'm down in Cape Coral, Florida now, and I absolutely love it down here.
Oh boy. It was 39 degrees here today. I wish I was there with you.
Breezy 80s up down here. It's great.
Oh boy. And I guess that's, let's jump to real estate. I guess because of the winter and the high taxes and the difference of lifestyle, people jump down to your market. So tell us about that.
Oh, yeah. So at the very least, I probably make at least 100 phone calls a day, whether it's a cold call or to current clients that I've got. And what I've found in these past couple of months is that I'd say probably 70% of the people that I'm actively talking to are people from out of town who want to make a move down here. And those can be people that are making plans 5 years in advance. Those are people that want to get out right now. And like you stated, there's a plethora of reasons for that, but I think it's definitely upticked this year because of the way that our market is, the way that inflation is going right now, and just the tax rates in general for the more northern states. We don't have sales tax down here. We don't have winter down here. And for the most part, we don't have restrictions as far as what businesses can and can't do for wearing masks, vaccinations, and such. And so it's become extremely desirable for everybody around the country to move to this area. And, it just means that I get to talk with people from Canada, Ohio, Minnesota, all over the place.
That's interesting. And you're the source for at least the information. So they go back to their decision making with an informed mindset. They get some informed information to make their decision.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just trying to give them an idea of why they would want to choose this area over something like Tampa or in Orlando, for example. I think that a lot of people are drawn to those destinations because they're bigger cities or they have Disney World. But that doesn't mean that this area doesn't have its own unique set of things to offer. I would say that the biggest down here is just the availability to get in a boat and get out to the Gulf Ocean. That is probably the number one thing that people look forward to down here, along with being on the beach and those beach sunsets. Everybody loves those things.
That's for sure. Yeah, I visited Naples and Marco and Sanibel, Captiva. Really beautiful. So what company are you with, Nathan?
I'm with Exp Realty. I'm on the McCown and Legace Group team here in Cape Coral.
I see. How long you been with EXP?
So I'm actually relatively new. I started in real estate in August of 2021. So, relatively new, definitely know my area and love it, but learning new stuff about it every single day and just loving being able to talk with people and get to know them as I'm doing it.
Interesting. That's a pleasure. That's the pleasurable part of the business. How has been your experience in referrals, either giving or getting? What have you been looking for partners, and what do people expect from you?
Yeah, so as far as referrals go, I've kind of had to get a little bit unique because in a market where you have very low inventory, so as many buyers as you have out there as possible, if you don't have anything to buy for them, then there's nothing they can do, right? So I've gotten a little unique with the way that I've tried getting my referrals. Most, if not all of the referrals that I have personally received have actually been from my own real estate TikTok page. And I started that page in either late September or October, but every single day I'll post at least 1 to 2 videos, real estate related, whether it's comedy or giving out general advice on what you should do in real estate. That has been really helpful for me to be able to connect with people. I've now gotten leads from North Dakota, Texas, and
So let me ask you, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of amazed by that. So TikTok used to be a dancing thing for kids.
Yeah, yeah. When TikTok first came out, all I thought was, is, oh great, a platform for kids to just dance the Dougie, like, and that's great that that was what it was built for. But to see the transformation from TikTok going from a kids platform to now a very exclusively adult platform. Last week they actually just changed their guidelines so that on the main For You page you can't have anybody underneath 18. And that's, I guess you, in a way, you could say that the platform was almost kind of hijacked by us adults, but I found it very interesting to be able to connect with people around the world who have found extremely great ways to market their niche or unique businesses through the TikTok platform.
So they're going to TikTok and finding you, or they're going to Google and go and find. I mean, does TikTok, report or essentially function within the search of Google? I'm ignorant, so tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as the referrals that I get from TikTok, those are people that exclusively reach out to me because they like the content or the information that I'm giving them, and they're looking for a home in the area. Because I post so much content, I'm the one person that they're going to see when they're viewing videos in Texas from this area. So when it comes to TikTok, if you are making the most content in your own given area, you're going to be pushed by TikTok to be seen by people outside of your area more than those who are not making content on a regular basis. So I
Wow.
just stick with making that content daily, and then that opens up the amount of people that can see me. So all these referrals that I'm getting are not people that have come in town and met me personally and then decided they liked me. No, they're watching me from 2,000 miles away, 1,000 miles away, North Dakota, for example. And they're, through the information that I'm giving them, through my personality that I'm putting in my videos, and through my own comedy, they're deciding that I'm a knowledgeable enough person and I am doing the work on TikTok to get myself seen. So if I'm willing to put in the work to be able to be seen on that platform, then I'm more than willing to put in the work to get your client whatever they need here in Southwest Florida.
That's interesting. That's pure social media. I'll tell you what PlugIntro is and what's worked for me. I needed to meet more people. And this was way before TikTok existed. And I did not have enough people to speak to. And I also did not have enough value. Yes, I'm great at my job. I've practiced law in this field and I've run a title company and I'm a broker. However, so is everyone. So I really
Mhm.
needed to have some reason that I'd be reached. So I created a local business platform for myself, included my contacts, friends, family, local business owners, and industry people, and give them a chance to promote themselves. It came from a place of contribution where I have it. I gave it to them. I'm sharing my digital platform and giving them a position within it, and they're gaining introductions. It's not as TikTok is, you to a consumer. It's direct. This is, I think important because it gives your local context a chance to benefit. You're not just broadcasting. But I wonder
Mhm.
now if there's a way to marry the two, where if you grab your local business owners, your plumbers, electricians, attorneys, accountants, and dentists, and featured them on PlugIntro locally to meet, but also gain them the exposure they don't have on TikTok. I mean, you can champion each of them and they would benefit just as you have.
That's actually something that I already like doing on my TikTok page. So one thing that I like doing as far as videos is going out to unique companies or unique businesses that I like frequenting, or just unique things here in Cape Coral. I like featuring those because for the people that haven't visited this area, haven't had the chance to visit this area, these are businesses that they're never going to hear about unless I talk about it. And so I like being able to talk about, the ice cream shop that makes the best ice cream in the world over here. And then you've got the 4 Mile Cove rainforest over here. When you give this information to people that are looking in this area, it gives them a reason to want to stay, a reason to want to get to know it, a reason to want to get to know you. And at the end of the day, when people get to know you, fall in love with you, fall in love with your area, they're not going to choose anything but you in your area.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds great to me. You're making people comfortable and feel safe in your knowledge and your stewardship of the area, and especially if you're working with other professionals locally who can be of service to them, and they come through you, so they're vetted and there's respect and trust there. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that
I
that's
love
a
it. I
great
love it.
way. But in my favorite way to give and get referrals is to meet people, treat them with the respect for their services. I just needed an appraiser the other day. So I reached a banker I know and I said, no deal for you, but I need an appraiser. Guy I've known a long time, and he sent me to the right direction, and it's working out really well. So that's, I realize there's someone who knows that part of the world better than me, and he hooked me up. I mean, I love the tales of referrals and introductions. The best things in life I've ever had were from introductions and chance encounters. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think you've taken it to the next step, where you take your local community and then shoot it out for the world to see, and that's a really great approach.
Well, and I've also kind of taken that approach considering the market that we're in right now. If a majority of the people that I'm going to be talking to are still living in Minnesota, still living in Maine, wherever they are, then if the only way that I'm going to be able to talk to them is either cold calling them or they're watching my videos on TikTok, what do you think is going to be the way that they're going to want to reach out and talk to me better? Me cold
Mhm.
calling them and saying, do you want to buy a home? Or them watching my videos, learning about the home buying process, learning about tips and tricks to update their home so that it has more equity over time, so on and so forth. It's kind of building a relationship with these people that I've never met before. And that was kind of my goal with making this TikTok page.
No, makes sense. So if I was taking a look down there, I mean, how would you advise me? Do I have to do I have to compete with multiple offers? Do I have to offer over asking price? Do I have to waive inspections or contingencies? What are you finding in your local market?
Right now, you're competing with everybody. Our average days on market is about 8 days on market right now. And so I am in the process of telling everybody that I send homes to, okay, if you're not going to buy this home this week, it's probably going to be gone next week. So bear that in mind, that if you're just looking at homes to get ideas, that none of these homes are going to be an idea for you to be able to buy in 6 months when you're ready to buy. Um, and so down here, there's multiple offers on basically every single home, especially if the home has waterfront access. And in Cape Coral, we have over 400 miles of canal access, both freshwater and saltwater. And those things go on the market and then come off the market sometimes in the span of hours.
Wow. So it is really rough. That is, so you're not really getting any deal, and you're having to play within the market. Hmm.
Having to shift, just having to kind of change your approach, because right now the cold calling is not the thing that is going to get you the most sales. Getting people to become comfortable with you and liking who you are so that they trust you, because right now I think that there's a lot of lack of trust within our business community, within our country. I mean, we're going through a war right now between Ukraine and Russia, so I think that everybody's tensions are kind of high, and so as many ways that you can alleviate people's tensions without them feeling annoyed by your presence. And I think that when you get an opportunity to talk to somebody over the course of several different phone calls, then yeah, you can alleviate their tensions about home buying, give them the resources that they need to be able to move forward and not be scared about moving forward. But if somebody's only willing to talk to you once or isn't even willing to answer your phone, you got to be able to try and reach out to them in a different
Sure. I
way,
mean, sure.
whether
Look,
it's
they have an interest in your area for whatever are the
Mhm.
reasons. So the fact is, they want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. So you make it easy, to you're approachable. I think that Plug Intro takes it another direction, where I want to make sure that the locals know about me. So
Mhm.
when there's a chance to refer, but really, I think that because you're coming from a place of contribution, someone like yourself is a community leader, and they call, realtors the mayor of the community. It's really important to make sure that others know that you're looking out for their success and for collective gain. And the easiest thing to do is, because this is Plug Intro, Hall, and Watt, you two are promoting this platform to the local community, is to give others a chance to promote their business, so that we share this safe, private opportunity and it is trust. And over time, you'll see the people who really, really want to support you and want to bring into them and bring you into their circle, and vice versa. And it's the thing I learned today on today's call is that there is YouTube, of course, but this seems to be all the rage. And I've heard that TikTok has overtaken YouTube in page views, etc. Has it overtaken?
I can see it being possible. I haven't looked into those stats, and YouTube is definitely my next step. Right now, I'm definitely comfortable with making the smaller format videos, but getting to a larger format video is something that I am going to be starting in probably the next couple of months.
That's great. I think the real local contact, because no matter what, there are people who are selling. So your sellers are not coming from Minnesota. Those are people locally. So
Yep.
that's an opportunity for others to learn about your services through maybe the moms at school or the local charitable organizations or the business community. That's something where, and I host a charitable organization, and those people know me. I show up, and they're not welcoming really any other agent because we're the ones that give them daily, weekly exposure. I mean, these organizations will ask you for support. Yes, we're supporting them. And that's something to really put on top. We're supporting them. And in my platform, I have 500 people that are my audience, and I have about 20, 30 people who are really committed to our collective success. There's not any other business owner like yourself who's giving a community or a theater or a cause a captive audience of 500 people like that. And it lasts really forever. We're not going anywhere. So that's really important, what you're doing. I believe in the dissemination of information. I also believe that there's got to be someone that will, want to refer. You feel cool if you could refer a great restaurant. You look like you know what you're doing, or you love setting your friend up with Nathan Watt, who's going to make sure that this deal goes through really comfortably and successfully.
Well, and I also love the opportunity to be able to collaborate with the business owners, that when they do get somebody through their doors that's like, Nathan Watt told me to come through your doors, and then you get a chance to talk with them again, that just strengthens your relationship with that business owner, tenfold, because they know, well, he definitely told somebody about my business. They definitely came in and bought something. So I definitely know that guy's a guy I can trust.
And I'll tell you what's interesting about it. I found it's a very low barrier to entry because nobody's pushing the local trades or even the dentist or the accountant. You don't have to do much. Some introductions, some exposure. I mean, people are expecting nothing. So, PlugIntro puts you in a position of authority and demonstrating care for others. We have a staff that really, really will maximize your efforts. Whatever you do, our staff does more. So the people that are benefited think you're working 24 hours a day for them.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's powerful.
Well, and it definitely competes with the prices of what it would cost to send out a mailer. In my past professional life, I used to work for politics and ground games. And so I know that just to send out a mailer to about 10,000 people in a city can cost you upwards of almost 30,000, a ridiculous amount of money.
And I think those are over. I mean, I just think we talked off camera about, I got the penny saver. I mean, who in their right mind, when you're walking around with a computer in your pocket, who thinks, I mean, that demographic is over. I'm not speaking about it derogatorily, but you said if you want to buy groceries or a plane ticket or pay a utility, you're doing it online. All of a sudden, you're going to flip some pages and find everything. I mean, it doesn't even bear mention it's online. There's no other line but online. There's no other way.
Like I said, I worked in politics. It seems like that is the only thing that's almost suited for now, is unless you are sending somebody a coupon in the mail that they use that day. Politics seems to be the only thing that is using that type of mailer system to get their word out, because the statistics show that people will only spend 7 seconds looking at that before they toss it in the trash. And if you want somebody to only recognize your name so that they go into a voting booth 6 months later, then that's what you need to do. But
That's
if I'm
right.
a
It's a
realtor,
single
if
purpose.
I put my, if
It
I'm a
doesn't build
realtor and I put
trust.
my name on something, it doesn't work that way, because I got to have them remember my number, remember my website, and then come back to it 3 weeks when they actually want to look at my stuff, as compared to if I'm trying to sell it to them.
Right. Ava, give me one sec. One thing I want to mention is, we're here for the long haul. This is a year-long video interview series that PlugIntro is going to promote you and the people you bring aboard. So you want to talk about top of mind awareness. Not only will you be the most visible in your market, but you'll be seen as the positive influence. So we are here. I mean, this is Nathan Watt. From Exp Realty. We're going to schedule this every week or two. We're going to have our monthly and biweekly meetings. We have a real great opportunity to maximize our collective local exposure. And really, Nathan, thanks quite a bit. We'll be in touch, and your local fans will see a lot of this, and we're going to let them know that you're offering the same platform as you have.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to continuing this video series and just trying to help as many people as possible.
You sure will. I'm really happy to. I'm proud and honored that you participate with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Take care now.
Bye.